Hello everyone, AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink, and I have this fun little sunshine card to share with you guys using one of the new Simon Says Stamp plush dies. This is the Happy Sunshine die that I got in a haul video not too long ago. I couldn't resist. It was just so cute. So I'm die cutting some Simon Says felt with the different dyes. I have an orange felt and a yellow felt and a pink felt of theirs. And I've gushed about their felt in the last video I did using their plush dies. Like, the felt just cuts like butter when you die cut it. I just love it. I don't have those little fibers sticking to the dies and all that kind of thing. It just cuts so well. So once I was done die cutting, I only die cut one of each because I'm not planning on making an actual little plushie with this guy. And I die cut the happy face. That's another thing I love about this die is the little smiley face and the little cheek die. And then there's a little die you can use for the eyes, are all separate. So you can place it wherever you want or not use it at all. So I die cut the little smile when I die cut the circle, and then I just used some black embroidery thread to stitch in the little happy face. I kind of did it totally wonky in the end. I was like, oh, good Lord. Looks like a little bit of a little crazy sun. So it works though. So for the little cheeks, rather than sew them on, I just used some felt glue that I also had got from Simon Says, I think in the same haul. I had heard this stuff was really good, so I thought I would try it out on here. Usually I use hot glue. And I got to say, I'm really impressed with the felt glue. It does say that when you apply the glue, you glue the felt together, that you're supposed to leave it for like a couple hours. I didn't. I was just using this thing immediately. But depending on what I was making, I might let it dry. But for this, it just worked. And then I stitched the circle onto the sun. And then before I was completely done, I did pull apart one of my little cotton balls and gave it a little bit of stuffing just for that little bit of dimension. And then I finished stitching this together and then went back around so that all the holes, it was a solid stitch line. And I had my embroidery thread really, really long for this because I decided to use the same yellow to stitch all around the perimeter of the little sun, which was really quick and easy. That's another thing I just really love about these is it's something I can kind of sit back and do, and I don't have to put much thought into while I'm doing it. Like, you just go in and out of the holes and like stitch them together. You know, there's just, it's kind of a thoughtless process, and I'm really enjoying that. It's something I can kind of do while, yeah, the TV's going or whatever. So I stitched up the little sun. And then at the end here on the back, I'm just tying it together and just being careful not to pull the first knot too tightly so that it doesn't pull on the felt. And then I'm going to trim those off. And then for the eyes, I was going to do little enamel dots for the eyes and then decided to just die cut some black felt with the eyes, and then I just used my tweezers to glue these on to the sun. And like, seriously, this glue is really, really good. I was a little bit skeptical because anytime I've tried to use any sort of like fabric adhesive or anything, I just have a heck of a time. So and then here, I included this in the video because I thought it was kind of funny. When I was editing this, I realized, like, after I was done stitching it, I took, a picture for Instagram and everything, and totally did not realize I'd left my camera going, and I actually had to delete out, I can't even tell you how long I left the camera going. I totally forgot about it. Like, I went on to do other stuff, went to pick my kids up from school, all this stuff, like, and I'd left my camera filming the entire time. So I just removed until my like, it filmed until the camera battery died. So, oh my goodness. So anyway, when I did come back to it, I used some really light blue cardstock as my base, and then I pulled out, this is the Hello Sunshine frame die from Simon Says. This came out last summer, I think. I thought it was perfect to use with this plush die. So I die cut some white cardstock with that. And then I popped out the word sunshine, and I used a Copic marker to color it. And when I pulled out the Copic marker, I've had my Copics for, gosh, almost 10 years now. This one, this Y15, is on its last legs, like completely dried out almost. I used it anyway because I was too lazy to get up and get another one. So I made it work, but I need to either get a refill or buy a new Y15 marker because it was just dried out. So I adhered the die cut to the card base with Tomo Monomalti and then inserted the sunshine back into it. And then the little inside pieces of the words as well. And then it cuts this fun little sun die shape on the inside. So I'd save that, and then I colored that again with Copic markers, used that same yellow, like Looking back now, it's like, oh, I so shouldn't have done that. It was so dried out and blotchy. And then just an orange for the little starburst part of the sunburst, whatever. Coated that, and it was still like holding together inside the cardstock, which is just perfect. So I just applied the adhesive to the back of the sun and then plopped that down on the inside of the card and let that sit and like dry for a few minutes while I got my sentiment. And the sentiment is from the kind of somewhat coordinating set. It was part of the same release. This is the My Sunshine stamp set. So I grabbed the sentiment I wanted and got it onto an acrylic block and then peeled off the extra cardstock there. So I've got the sun perfectly placed on the inside of the card. And then I inked up the sentiment with Simon Says Stamp Intense black ink and stamped that. And then to adhere the little Plush Sunshine, I used the same felt glue, and again, kind of went a little overboard. This is the first time adhering it to cardstock. The cardstock started warping a little bit as I was kind of just keeping an eye on it just to see how well this adhered, and it is adhered really well. Now, it's been a couple days since I made this. It's adhered really, really well to the cardstock. Just, you don't need near that much adhesive. So, and here is where I went completely, I kind of lost my mind at this point. I wanted to add some sequins, and I went nuts, and it just added a ton. I should have left it at like maybe 3 in the upper corner, 3 in the lower corner, and just kept it a little bit simpler. But I was just having fun with it and coated it looks like sequins threw up on this card. It was fun anyway. So yeah, if I was to do it again, I wouldn't be so nuts about it. But again, I was just playing. So anywho, I will have all the links listed below, the links to supplies used, link to my blog post, all that will be below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye.